and today we will be giving you an in-depth demo of our latest SCOM management packs for Oracle Database, InterSystems Cache, and VM. Today we will be giving an overview of the management packs, along with our company Bridgeways, followed by some of the highlights, and then Dave will be giving you a demo of the management packs within SCOM and Tamana. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the attendee control panel, but we will not answer the questions until the demo is completely finished. We want to keep these questions to sales-related questions, but if you have any specific technical questions that pertain to your specific environment, we can answer them once the demo is finished offline. We've been around for 7 years now developing management packs that let administrators monitor applications and systems within their System Center Operations Manager console, allowing for more end-to-end monitoring continuity. We're also a Gold certified Microsoft partner and one of the founding members of the System Center Alliance. At Bridgeways, we have an entire suite of management packs. Some of our best-selling management packs include Oracle, MySQL, and our VMware management pack. And with that, I'll hand the presentation over to Dave Neal.
Hi, everyone. Yes, so today, as Matt mentioned, we're highlighting VMware, Oracle, and InterSystems Cache management packs. Not so much the in-depth look at each one of those management packs, as just one of those management packs alone would take a full hour of actual customer demo, if you will, to explain fully. But the message we want to deliver today is how it's important to be monitoring your entire ecosystem. Chances are you've got Oracle or InterSystems Cache running on a virtualized server. You could be using VMware. You want to be monitoring that entire stack, and we'll get into that some more. So with our products, we offer two solutions to deliver those management packs. The first solution is SCOM. If you have a local installation or deployment of System Center Operations Manager, SCOM for short, you can purchase the management packs from us. And the second solution we offer is called Tamana Plus. It's a SaaS solution we offer where the management packs are pre-installed. You basically would just subscribe to your own system where you would have VMware or Oracle or InterSystems Cache or any mixture of management packs already pre-installed for you, integrated and ready to run. And I'll show you a little bit of that. Now, from a monitoring overview of what our management packs do, they, of course, for VMware, they discover and monitor your data centers, your data stores, clusters, hosts, virtual machines, virtual appliances, high availability monitoring, etc. All the major metrics that VMware publishes within their API, we pull in. For InterSystems Cache, we give you such things as your globals and routines, which make, of course, and disk and buffer statistics and licensing information. And for Oracle, everything from instances, table spaces, data files, sessions, SQL, threads, etc. It's everything that Oracle provides. We also pull into our management pack as far as health and performance monitoring. As far as the user experience, our management packs all integrate seamlessly within SCOM. And of course, with Tamana Plus, you basically would just log on to a web-based UI, and we also have a SCOM console for you, and everything's all pre-installed. So really, really simple. As far as what our management packs help you resolve common issues, with VMware, for instance, you could look at things like CPU starvation, memory contention, network and storage latency, which of course affects your performance of your VMware environment. For InterSystems Cache, you could look at CPU utilization, memory consumption, licensing issues, database and performance and availability. Same goes with Oracle. You can look at your SQL traffic, data file, and table space growth, etc. So again, all those major metrics that those services have as far as health and performance, we pull in with our management packs. We also have reports. Each of these management packs has several reports that help you understand what's impacting in your environment, and and helps with forecasting. If you're looking at disk space growth, memory contention issues, etc., you can start looking at that through the reporting functionality within the products. Now, one of the things that the monitoring of these aspects do within SCOM or Tamana Plus is, it helps you simplify troubleshooting. You can locate your problem areas within one console. You can understand what application may be impacting on another. For instance, is your VMware service impacting on your Oracle database or InterSystems cache instances? You can make more informed decisions. You're going to be proactive monitoring with alert generation. You're going to look at trend analysis using the chart and report feature. You can understand where the bottlenecks and critical choke points may be developing or have developed within your environment, so that you can make sure that no one service is going to impact on another. So again, you want to get that overall view, and nothing does that better than SCOM. With Tabana Plus, which is our SaaS solution running SCOM on the back end, you're going to get a cloud-based solution. Of course, it's web portal. It uses SCOM on the back end, System Center Operations Manager. It has alert generation, computer health state monitoring. It has a built-in ticketing system with permission-based roles. In other words, if you need a certain access to your Oracle database, you can set up roles there. But also within the Tabana UI itself, it has role-based models for who can look at what reports or what alerts, etc. So very, very flexible. It's also multi-tenant capable. So instead of setting up dozens of gateway servers, if you're an MSP and trying to, or multi-branch, you basically would just have agents that would report to this service over the internet, if you will, and then you'll be able to see all these alerts and services within one console without having to set up gateway servers. So again, multi-tenant capable. You get more monitoring, control, and customization capabilities by having Tabana Plus. The ability to configure and install overrides with it. You can install any SCOM or Bridgeways management pack, because you're going to get a SCOM console on top of a Tabana Web UI, and I'll show you that briefly in a moment. You're going to get, again, a full System Center Operations Console Manager, and you can white label the UI, if you will, to represent your company. The management pack architecture, a typical layout of a typical management pack, except for VMware, is the following. If you'll notice on the left-hand side, you'll see a series of white boxes or spheres. Those represent the Microsoft System Center Operations Manager environment ecosystem. On the right-hand side, you'll see sort of a gray and blue box. Those would be the target server systems that you want to monitor. In this case, we're using InterSystems Cache instance or server, where the light blue box, it says SIM server, is a provider that you would install. It's comes with our management packs. You install that on your server. It then communicates through various methods. In the case of InterSystems Cache, it uses the web management portal interface, pulls the health and performance data from the Cache instance database. That's the only data it pulls, and then sends that data off to your SCOM server. Now, in the case of VMware, there is no software installed on your servers. Instead, what we call a service is installed in a Windows box that connect to your VMware hosts or vCenter over your network, and does basically the same thing. It just accesses the VMware VI API for the health and performance data of your VMware hosts or vCenter. Again, these are all these things you should note are regular user. They don't have to be administrator, read-only health and performance data collection. In the case of InterSystems Cache or Oracle or VMware, you can set up a read-only user that pulls the health and performance data of those instances. And that's all documented, by the way, in our deployment guides, and it's pretty straightforward standard procedures. For Tabana Plus, a slight variance in the way it operates. Again, it's using System Center with the same SCOM boxes and servers, if you will. But there's an additional service called Mid01 there, right there on your left-hand side. That you can think of as a conductor, a air traffic controller, if you will. It basically takes all the various customers that we have out there and links their instance of SCOM in the cloud to their servers and services through various encryption methods and security methods. Everything must check up So you're only seeing your SCOM instance, nobody else's, and vice versa. So it's everything else gets installed the very same way. You put a provider on your InterSystems or Oracle servers, and then that would communicate up to our SaaS solution, our data center, to the mid-01 conductor, if you will, and then would connect with your instance of SCOM in the cloud. So again, extremely secure. And then if you'll note on the upper right-hand side, you'll see a SCOM operations console. We remotely deploy a SCOM console to your desktop, if you will. So you have full System Center Operations Manager console right there for you to administrate your site. Now, with monitoring, one of the, again, the key aspects of this presentation is that by combining these management packs, your VMware and your Oracle or InterSystems Cache management packs and any other management packs or systems that may be living in your environment together, you're going to get a big picture view, a complete view of what's going on. In this example, you can see you have a VMware data center at the very highest level with some hosts. You're going to have network and storage infrastructure where the data and those instances, those virtual machines live, and then at the very bottom, you're going to have the virtual machines which are could be running Linux, Unix, Windows, etc., with your Oracle or InterSystems Cache instances. So you want to know where the problems are occurring in that environment, and that's where SCOM and Tabana Plus, utilizing SCOM, are extremely capable of narrowing down where these problems are. So we'll prepare for the live demo here just for a second. So right off the bat, if you see any lag, folks, as we're going through this, is just a GoToWebinar lag. So normally when you're using System Center or Tabana Plus system, unless you have a very bad network, you're not going to see any issues or lags at all. Right off the bat here, this is you're going to see two applications running. I have a web browser running our Tabana Plus or Tabana UI right here, web-based UI, and in the background, this is a System Center Operations Manager console, SCOM console for short, that you would get in the Tabana Plus deployment, or if you're running your own local deployment of SCOM, you're going to note right off the bat, this is a regular SCOM console. With Tabana, you're going to get the same alerts you're seeing in your SCOM console showing up here, same computers, etc., and you're going to get a few other features that are really handy, but it's pulling all the same data that you're seeing here in SCOM into here. So for those of you who rather use a Tabana Plus solution, if you don't have SCOM, you're getting the same data, if you will, health and performance data. And before I just to mention it quickly, any further information, you just go right up to our website here at bridgeways.com. We have everything you need to know right up there as far as some literature and further contacts about the product. So just make sure you visit bridgeways.com for a whole lot of more information. Now, let's look at these management packs. And for now, we're going to flip over to the SCOM console here to show you exactly what's going on. Oops, excuse me, folks, we're just resizing this. There we go. Now, for those of you not familiar with System Center Operations Manager, the management packs, those things that you install within your System Center environment, are designed to monitor certain services or things, and they all appear here on the left-hand menu of our view of your SCOM console. In this case, you can see we have our VMware, Bridgeways VMware Management Pack, and several other. We got the Oracle Management Pack, InterSystems Cache Management Pack, and several Microsoft Management Packs, etc. So again, you're getting a virtually complete view of your IT environment here. There are many other management packs that you can install within the SCOM system, as some of you may already know, that can monitor routers and all sorts of other devices that can appear here. So again, you're getting a complete picture. But for today's example, we're looking at an environment where you're running VMware and you may have some of your Oracle or InterSystems caches systems or servers virtualized. Even if you don't, some of them could be virtualized and some of them could be physical. They'll all appear here anyways. So in the case of Oracle, for instance, you're going to see your Oracle servers, whether they're virtualized or not, they're going to appear here if you choose to monitor them within SCOM. Because again, you're just going to use Oracle's connection mechanism, again documented in our deployment guide, to connect to your Oracle instances, and our management pack will pick that up once you put the provider on that Oracle system. So again, all these metrics. Now you'll notice we'll use VMware to show you some of the more details of the monitors, but I just want to show you that in the case of Oracle, there's literally hundreds of metrics and monitors. These are all the metrics, if you will, that Oracle publishes for the health and performance data that we pull using the Oracle's APIs into our management pack. We use the exact technical terminology that Oracle provides for this. Same thing goes with InterSystems Cache. I'll just quickly here, if you'll notice this again, this is just a GoToWebinar lag here, just a minute. You'll see with InterSystems Cache, again, all the metrics that InterSystems Cache makes available through their SMP portal using the web API, we then pull in through our management pack. So it's the very same metrics. So if you're used to using InterSystems Cache SMP portal for looking at health and performance, you're going to recognize these things right off the bat. You're going to recognize your ECP statistics, global and routine calls, etc. All these things are familiar. So we don't change terminology, add terminology. We stick to what these services provide as far as terminology. But for today, we'll look at VMware. One of the reasons I like to look at VMware is because, again, many things are virtualized. Large chunks of a percentage of environments today typically are virtualized. So when you're monitoring, you want to probably look at your VMware environment first and foremost. It's fine to sort of, when you start getting complaints about database performances with Oracle and/or InterSystems Cache, chances are there's something going to be going on in your VM or virtualized environment beforehand that could lead to performance issues. So it's always a good idea to keep an eye on that virtualized environment, your VMware environment, first and foremost. Because that's where the problems are more likely than not to start appearing sooner, like memory, CPU utilization, disk storage, network bottlenecks, etc. They're going to appear here. Your VMware environment is going to pick it up quite quickly. You'll notice in this management pack here on the left, there are some high-level sections. We call these high-level dashboards. Every management pack has these same layout, where you're going to get your state information for your major components. So you can see here in the case of VMware, we've broken it down into clusters, data centers, data stores, hosts, virtual machines, etc. Virtual appliances, your network dashboard. Everything's right there, so you can see the state, if you will, of how these things are going. And then what's going to happen is you're going to start to be able to drill down into what we call the performance views. And this is where you can look at your clusters. In this case here, I've highlighted clusters. You're going to get your alerts, anything alerts that are going on in your clusters. And then you're going to start looking at some graphical outputs here of your cluster metrics. And again, for those of you familiar with VMware, you're going to recognize these metrics. They're pulled right from the VMware's API by our management pack and then published and stored within SCOM or Tabana Plus SCOM. So again, you can see all these metrics, and in the case of VMware alone, there's something like close to 350 or more individual data and metric monitoring points. So again, it all shows up here. One thing on the far right-hand side, you'll notice there's a task pane. When you're selecting something on your left-hand side here, your task pane changes to and is context sensitive. So there could be tasks in here associated with the thing that you've highlighted. In the case of clusters, you can see suddenly now I have access to generating some cluster reports it's a sort of a shortcut. Instead of going to reports, I can do that. If there were things that I could do on that cluster per se, they would appear here. Now, having said that, we do not provide root admin access to a VMware hosts or services by default here. You cannot shut your VMware host or service down. Same thing goes with Oracle or InterSystems Cache. You can't just shut these services or services down. With our management packs as installed out of the box. You can, however, using a task, shut these services down once you've configured run as accounts within your SCOM console. In other words, you're going to set up a access as a root or administrator with a profile that allows you to shut down Oracle instances or a Oracle instance. You can fine-tune it. So again, out of the box, our management packs do not require root or administrative access, but you can set it up to do those type of things if it's required for your environment. So that's really important, the task. Now, with each management pack, comes with a knowledge base article. So here, every alert you're going to see generated over here has a knowledge base article. This is SCOM's Health Explorer, and it has, for every alert, you're going to get one of these. It's going to tell you what the alert is, what caused it to go into an alert state, or a warning state, how to fix it. I call this a recommendation to how to resolve it. And you're also going to have in many cases, an external knowledge sources for further reading. So every one of these monitors alerts has a knowledge base article. If you're not the VMware administrator or the Oracle administrator or the InterSystems Cache administrator, it's very good for inter-team communication to know what's going on. So at least you're passing information about what is happening. You're also going to get a state change access here with Health Explorer. Very, very handy. In the case of Tabana, that same information, by the way, shows up over here. You can look at your particular alert. We'll just click on one here for fun, and you can see the very same knowledge. Well, this case didn't have that. Alert didn't have it. That's not one of our management packs, by the way. Just a moment. You can see knowledge base articles generated here. Those are the very same knowledge base articles as you would see published here. So that's pulled from the very same source, a SCOM backend. So again, very, very helpful for inter-team communication and figuring out what's wrong and how to resolve an issue. Another thing that we look at is reports. We mentioned reports, and it's a big item. So as you know, down here there's a tab. In your SCOM environment, you probably have reporting set up. And every management pack comes with a series of reports. And here you can see a menu of all the different management packs, and you could select, what you want to get for reports. So here, let's just highlight the VMware one. You can see we have, quite a lot of reports here. There's probably close to 15 or 20 reports, and these are typically what they look like when you're generating it. Using SCOM's report mechanism, you can generate high-level detailed reports, sort of a summary reports if you want to call it. In this case, we're looking at VMware Alert Details Report, where we would select a certain time range, a certain host or targets that we want to generate the report against, and we would get all these details. So you can see here, there's quite a bit here. We've decided in this example of what we wanted to see. We also have graphical type of outputs, so you can get a nice and handy. If you're looking at, look, I really need some more memory here. I need another host or whatever. Reports are a great way of making the case, if you will. You can start looking at where certain performance issues are starting to hit you under how hosts are being loaded. If on certain days or weeks you're getting loads that are being problematic, impacting on your Oracle or InterSystems Cache instances, for instance, you can start spotting that right here. You can sort of correspond with what has happened with your Oracle instance, for example, with what's happened in your VMware instance. So if these things line up together, you know right off the bat, well, it's probably your VMware environment that's causing that impact on your Oracle environment. So again, great way of troubleshooting where the actual problem is occurring. Again, here I'll just give you another good example. This is a really handy report that we published with our VMware management pack called Virtual Machine Migration Projection Report. Basically, all this is if theoretically I took this VM which lives on this host and put it on this host, would I see any performance gains? Would I see any improvement? It's just sort of forecasts based on historical data what results you might see. As far as no change, or worst case, or a better case. So again, a handy report. Again, all our management packs come with these reports, so they're very, very handy for that. So basically, just in summary here, you can go to solutions. Like I said, you can get our management packs, install it within your SCOM environment, like you're seeing here, with the complete instructions and support to help you get these set up. Or you can use our Tabana Plus environment, getting these same management packs, of course, for your monitoring your environment with a SCOM console, just like this. Now, at this time, I'll take some questions that you may have, and since we're running pretty tight on time here, folks. Let's see here. Can we get a presentation of the copy of this slide deck? Sure, I believe we can. Yes, we'll send you. Oh, yes, I see Jill already answered that for you. I have another question here is how are these things licensed, your management packs licensed? Okay, so the management packs are licensed basically for VMware, it's based on the number of physical CPU sockets that your host contains. So you have a host that has 2 CPU sockets, you would pay a license for 2 CPU sockets. In the case of Oracle or InterSystems Cache, it's on a per instance basis. So you may have an Oracle server with 3 instances. You want to monitor all 3 instances on that server. You would get a license for 3 instances. If you only want to monitor 2, well, obviously you're going to monitor 2 instances. And our licensing service sort of checks all that. And you do we do offer a free trial, so any of our management packs, if you want to try them out for a period of time, please do. And of course, same goes with Tabana. You can do a free trial of that also. So that's a great way of testing these out and seeing what they provide for you. Support. Do we have? Yes, support. So support, basically, when you buy a management pack, you're going to get one year free support, and with the option of purchasing 2 or 3 year support. Now, should be noted, I want to add here that with support, we look at it as we offer you as much help as you need to get management packs installed and running. Most of the time, things are fine, but in very complex environments, quite often, customers want some help configuring or fine-tuning, and our support team is here to help. In the case of Tabana Plus, super easy to use. Maybe a slight learning curve when it comes to the SCOM console or whatever, but that's what our support team is here for. Everything's well documented, but our support team will do as much hand-holding as you want. Price of Tabana Plus. Okay, the Tabana Plus system is the SaaS solution, if you will, is a subscription base. So depending on the number of things you're monitoring on a monthly basis, that's how much you would pay. So there's great differences in what you would pay depending on what you're monitoring in any given month. So if you're monitoring 2 VMware hosts, if you will, 1 month, and the next month you're going to monitor 3, there'd be a difference in the cost there. So again, our sales team can help give you far more details based on your environment. And lastly, is there a discount for multiple MT or volume volume purchases. Absolutely, like anything, if you're purchasing more than 1 MP or you have a very, very large environment, certainly there is volume discounts and pricing differences for that. So now, I think that's it, folks. We're pretty much wrapped up for time here, and we'd be more than happy to do one-on-one customer demos. They usually take at least an hour per management pack, believe it or not, because there's a lot of details in each one of these management packs, a lot of things to go over, lots of questions that you may have for pertaining to your environment. We'd be more than happy to set those up. Just contact our sales@bridgeways.com, and we'll do that for you. So thanks a lot for joining us with this webinar today, and please join us for any future webinars we have coming in the new year. So thanks again, folks.